What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing two teams. If you read the description, you know exactly what two teams I'm mentioning in this video, and that's the Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Lakers. As the time of this recording, both teams are 0-3, and the question I want to pose, or the question I have out there to ask anybody listening or a fan of either team, is which team should be hitting the panic button first. In my opinion, just based off of what I've seen over the last 2 days, or what I've seen in the last two games between both teams, right? First, let me start off with the 76ers, right? I looked at the Sixers over the course of their first three games, and it's good takeaways and bad, right? I could say that about the Lakers also. There are good takeaways and there's bad also. But both teams have glaring holes, right? You notice one thing about Philly, when you look at times where they're down, James Harden will just go ISO. When you look at the Lakers and they're down, LeBron is pointing fingers and he's sulking and things like that. You look at the Lakers, and the Lakers don't have 3-point shooters. You look at Philly, and Philly don't have, Philly, in my opinion, what they don't have is enough, what's the word I want to say? They don't have enough on-court chemistry. And you can tell because in the game yesterday, Embiid goes for 40, and they still lose to the Spurs. You look at the Lakers today, and it wasn't on-court chemistry. It was more or less not executing down the stretch of games. And you cannot win playing like that in the NBA. The Lakers still have, again, glaring holes. They cannot make 3-point shots. When they were going down the stretch to Anthony Davis, it was working. Then for some reason, they went against that. I noticed that Coach Ham elected to put Russell Westbrook in the game at 5 minutes to go in the fourth, which ultimately means he's going to be in the game to finish the game and be in there for winning time. And ultimately, that just wasn't the case. The Lakers were up in that game against the Trailblazers, and ultimately, it just didn't go their way. Again, 0-3. It's nothing to be... it's nothing to be bad about. It's nothing to be, worried about, in my opinion. But like I said, this video is about which team do I think should hit the panic button right now. For me, honestly, because of the pressure of both teams, not so LA, right? Because you look at the Lakers roster. The roster is not filled out with guys that you think will help them actually compete for a championship this season. Of course, AD is there. Of course, LeBron is there. But when you look at a team like Philadelphia, you look at James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, you look at Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, you grab PJ Tucker, Montrezl Harrell, Melton, you filling out your roster with guys that can help you basically not only compete in the East, but ultimately help you win an NBA championship, because I believe that's the goal for the Sixers this season. Embiid's window at this level, he just had 40 against the Spurs. How many 40s do you think he has in him to continue to do this? With the Lakers, it's the same thing, but in a mode of how long do you think LeBron can play at this level and be the team's, best option? Granted, AD did play well. He played a great, in my opinion, he played a great game versus the Trailblazers. The Lakers just were not in position to close the show. When you're winning late in NBA games, that's when you need closers. That's when you need guys that understand clock management. And we're talking about the Lakers their front 4 of their 5 players on their starting 5 are veteran players. Patrick Beverley, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Russell Westbrook took 2 ill-advised shots in that fourth quarter. One from the wing and a 3. He missed both. You also seen a lot of missed 3s from the Lakers. And if I'm Rob Pelinka, I'm getting on the phone with someone from somewhere in the basketball world. The Lakers need shooters. If you are Rob Pelinka and you're watching this product that you're putting out on the floor, you have to realize that Austin Reeves is not the answer. Patrick Beverley is not the answer. Juan Toscano Anderson is not the answer. I don't know what they thought they were getting in some of these guys, but they have no legit shooters. LeBron drives to the basket, kicks it out to the wing, brick. AD gets double teamed, kicks it out to the wing, brick. And that's what I'm saying. Now, when I look at Philly and I say, you know, why should they panic? Is because they're in a division. They're in the Atlantic Division. Boston is there. At some point, when you already seen them play, but at some point, when you realize down the line, these teams that you'll be facing to ultimately compete for a championship, you know, Boston is going to be one of them. And Philly has to play with some sense of urgency going forward. I'm talking about is Doc Rivers. Listen, I'm be honest with y'all, right? I always said this, right? Doc Rivers is not the coach everyone thinks he is. Granted, he's a great coach, right? He can bring guys together and get them to play to a semblance of a respectable team. But we're talking about trying to build a legit championship contender in Philly. I don't think Doc Rivers is the coach for this team. I think they still need to work out some kinks when it comes to off the ball for James Harden. If Harden is going to handle the rock, they're going to have to give Embiid a lot more paint touches. Embiid, like I said, Embiid had 40 versus the Spurs in their last outing, but they still lost the game. You cannot take no team lightly in the NBA these days. Those days are over. Every team is coming out and with something to prove. We're talking about professional NBA basketball players. Nobody is just going to lay down for you these days. You know, guys are coming out. They're going to play hard. And that's just the realm of the league these days, right? But you also, again, going back to LA and with the Lakers, it's like the Lakers have things that you can lean your hat on to say, okay, going forward, defense is there. Like their defense is highly rated. But when you look at how they can't hit shots, mainly the 3-ball, that's going to come back and bite them every game. Granted, today, Dame Lillard gave them 40. And you know, in situations, who's getting the ball. You know, you can't allow a team with their best player to beat you. Ultimately, LeBron did have a chance, turnaround jump shot, and he did miss it. But like I said, out of the two teams, which team do I think should hit the panic button before the other? I believe it's the Philadelphia 76ers. The Lakers, in my opinion, is just not there for them this season. It's just the roster isn't there. So I'm not going to say where I saw them being at. But with Philly, I actually seen them competing and contending. But it's only 3 games in the season. I'm not going to say, you know, the Sixers are ultimately going to lose their first 10 and things like that. Now, on the other hand, the Lakers could honestly lose their first 6 games. I'm still interested to see how things turn out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys think this is a little premature to say? Do you guys still want to see what happens a little down the road? Should Lakers fans be, getting ready for an even longer season of disappointment? Let me know what you guys think. Sixers fans, let me know what you guys think also. I'm interested to hear from everyone's perspective on this issue. We'll see. They're both 0-3 right now. We'll see and come back and revisit this in the future and see how things turn out. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to the channel. There's nothing else I can say, but every time you guys tune in is greatly appreciated. Yeah. I'll catch you guys on the next video.